Okay, hi everyone. Okay, I'm not here, I'm here, I'm not here, I'm here, I'm not here, I'm here. So, I am alive there too. So let's see. Okay, so we're live. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Megan. She's 22 years old today. My baby is growing up. Hey Janelle, how you doing? Anyhow, she has hit 22. She is dancing today. It's one of her dance days, so she's enjoying that. So I'm happy for her. Kind of wish we were close enough to celebrate. So what has been happening? Well, you know, last week our other campground host had to go home because his wife discovered her cancer was back. New campground hosts came in yesterday. We went to Fort Davis State Park and spent the night in Indian Lodge, which was great. We were in the Lady Bird Johnson suite. We spent one night. Next time we're going a couple of nights because there's so much to do. There's hiking and there's places to explore in the McDonald Observatory and all of that. So yes, I'm working today. It's during the quiet time, so I can be there, be here. But it's a work day for us. We will work until Thursday at noon, and then the new folks will take over. They've been here before, so they're really good. So we don't really have to worry about training them and all of that. Let's see what else is coming up today or this week. Oh, did you all get your clearance rack stuff? There's still some stuff available, but all the good stuff really gone already. Too bad. It's really something. So today I wanted to do some simple stamping with a couple of techniques. So I wanted to, instead of making my own cards, like in my own note cards, I decided I was going to do some, where is this? I was going to do some blending brushes to make a white note card blue. So you can do this with any colors, but I had a blue fetish today, so we're doing blue. We are also going to be doing some blending brushes with, it's not a mask, but it's a cutout for the stamp cut and emboss machine, a die thingy. I can't remember what it's really called. You ordered the Posy Kitty kit. Yeah, that was a good one. I really wish that. So anyhow, we are doing two simple stamping cards, but they're not really simple stamping. Okay. They're not, I mean, beginners can do this, no problem, but they're a little more than ink, stamps, ink, and paper. Well, there's stamps, ink, and paper, plus a little techniques in there. Okay, so we're going to get started because it takes a little bit sometimes to do this. Even though I am prepared, let's move this over. Okay, so we're moving over here. So I want to do this first card, okay? What we're using is, I am using Garden Wishes stamp set. I love this stamp set. I love the sayings and I love dandelions. We are using Pacific Point ink. We are also using the Daffodil Delight and Garden Green Stampin' Write markers, okay? And we are using just a note card. Well, not just a note card. We are using a note card. And this is what I have been doing. I wanted a blue card, and I wanted more of a bright sky blue like it is around here. The sky is just really bright. So I tried Balmy Blue. I tried what is the other not Balmy Blue, Bermuda Bay, Balmy Blue, Bermuda Bay, and Pacific Point. And I find I like Pacific Point the best. So what we're going to do is you're going to take a blending brush, and I am using Pacific Point here. And you're starting at the top end. And you start off and you go on, ink up your thing, and all you're going to do is you're keeping going on. Oh, you can see where my fingerprints are. I was sweating here for a while, so you can see where I grabbed that with a sweaty finger. And you just keep going down a little further and further. You're going to do it until you come to a color you like. Now, I wanted a gradient color. I wanted this to look like a sky. Hey, Hope. So what I did was I just kept going from the top to the bottom. It looks more like sky. If you look at the sky, the bottom is a little less color than the top. So I just kept going and going and going and going. And do you really, really want me to keep going like this? I have some already done. But you just keep going down, starting at the top off, and you just keep going down. And the more you do it, the darker the top gets, and the darker the middle gets, and the light, you'll get some light coloring at the bottom. Like, I'll show you, like this. See, I've got a few done. Different coloring here. Same color. This is Pacific Point. I just love that blue coloring. You won't get two the same. You will get them just a little bit gradient difference no matter how much you do it. And you'll get some the white showing, some of the light color showing. You'll put the brush on it without thinking instead of starting it off. So, but you're going to go down all the way, let's see, like that, until you get to the coloring you like. Okay. So I am just going to do this a couple more times, and then I'm going to use one of those other cards, and I'll finish this one later. But I find it relaxing to do your blending brushes. Sometimes I find it I'm very impatient and I want it colored right now, but sometimes it's just relaxing to go like this. So getting it all down. Okay, so I'll finish that one up later. I am going to use this one. And now what I am going to do is I'm going to use the dandelion one. And what I am doing is I am going to take our Stampin' Up markers, and I'm going to color in the dandelions first with the Daffodil Delight, because they don't have any dandelion colors. So we're using Daffodil Delight here. Make sure you use the side of your Stampin' Up markers and not the tip, as you'll ruin the tip. And then you'll have to get a whole nother set of Stampin' Up markers. Then I'm going to use the garden green. Now you can use different green colors. You can use different yellows. You could use, so saffron, whatever. And again, you're trying to get it all of the stamp. Don't you love this? I love using my markers. You can add so many colors. You don't have to do this as a black and then color it in. So There you go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit more just to make sure it's wet. And then I'm going to huff on it. And then I'm going to stamp it on the card. Mary is wonderful. Mary is wonderful. Mary is wonderful. And there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this saying, make sure I got it right. And I am going to do Daffodil Delight. It's going to turn more of a green color, but I'm going to do the cursive in Daffodil Delight. I like doing the light markers first, because then if you have a problem, you can find it with. If you use this one and it goes over into the lighter ones, you know there's a problem. And if you use the lighter ones, it goes over to the darker ones. See, there's a dark one right where the light's supposed to be. Anyhow, I just do that. If you want to use the dark ones first, go right ahead. I really don't care. It's how you do it. And again, I'm going to huff on it. Your acts of kindness are like a breath of fresh air. So there we go. Okay, now up there's it is. I'm going to clean these off. Now the next one we're going to do is a little bit different. It's still a simple stamping. It's ink. It's stamps, ink, and paper. But we're going to use the Stamparatus for something, and we're going to be using the dies. So I'm going to put those there. Now I have already cut out, where's my dies? Oh, this is what we're going to do. I have already cut out the dandelion that's blowing away, you know, the fluffy dandelion. I have already cut that out of a piece of Whisper White. So really that's all I need. Again, I'm using Dandelion Wishes, excuse me for a second. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I'm using Dandelion Wishes. I am using Smoky Slate, Old Olive. I am also using the Wink of Stella. And I am using spots, Smoky Slate and Old Olive spots, and I'm using the blending brushes. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to take, now you can do this on, yeah, I have on my glasses too, Janelle. So you can do this two ways. You can do it on the Stamparatus right away if you want. I don't like to because the Stamparatus moves all that time. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to set the blank on my note card, just like that. Okay. Then I am going to use the Smoky Slate. And there I go. And I'm just going to add the Smoky Slate to the top. Just like that. And you don't want to necessarily get it super dark because you're going to stamp on it too. And then I'm going to take the Old Olive and I'm going, see, Mary, this is why we don't rush it. I'm taking the old olive and I'm going to do this to the bottom, to the leaves and the stem. Now again, you could use a couple other colors if you would like, any greens. You could use yellows up here if you want to make that like a dandelion. Am I offline? Just a second, folks. Oh, I'm still online, I guess. So, oh, yeah, green. So I'm just doing this. And what I want is I just want the background. Oh, thanks, Janelle. It just went off of my phone. I don't know why. My phone just went back. So, okay, so I did. Now that itself just looks really nice by itself if you wanted it. But we're going to do something more to it. I'm going to take those off. Okay, so now we're going to get out the Stamparatus. And I am going to do this and this. Now what you want to do is you want to tape this on so it stays in the same place. So I'm going to I am taping it at the 1 inch and right up to the end. Make sure that your thing is in the corner. So just like that. Okay, and then I am going to take our blank and I am going to line this up again and I am going to put it down. Now I am going to take the stamp and you will be surprised because the stamp will fit in there. You will know when it fits in there because it won't move that well. It's right into the where the stamp is supposed to go. Okay, so you've got that, you know, oh, make sure it's right where you want it before you pick it up. Okay, then you're going to pick it up. And again, I always make sure it's at the corner. Now I am going to use my Smoky Slate and Garden Green Stampin' Up marker. The same way we did it with the other card. Use the side and you're going to go just like that. Okay, and then use this side of the Garden Green. This is Garden Green. Oh no, this is Old Olive. Where's my Garden Green? Oh well. Oh, it was Old Olive. Okay, Garden Green was the other one. Good. Thank you, Mary, for not being so dumb. Subconsciously, I knew what I was doing, even though when I talk, I don't. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to bring this down and stamp it. You can remove the blank if you want and stamp it like that. Look, isn't that beautiful? Now what I'm going to do is I want to put the best wishes right down like that. So I'm going to pick that up. And again, I am going to do wishes in Old Olive. Somebody's cooking hamburger or steak outside. I can smell it. Oh, does it smell good? And then I'm going to do your best, wishing you the best. Wishing you all the best. And I'm going to put that down. There we go. Then I am going to take some smoky slate and these little ones that go all over the place. You know, when you blow it, it blows these little things. So I just want a few of those coming out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. Where is it? And I am just going to do a Wink of Stella just a little bit, because you know how those little fluffy things just almost sparkle in the light. I don't know if you can see that. I have my tape sitting on the, I'm putting it on the door jamb. My husband's going to love that when he sees it. I'll clean that off later. But I don't know if you can see the sparkles. I don't think you can see the sparkles. But with the Wink of Stella, it does give the sparkles. So those are two simple stamping cards. There's the other one that really aren't all that simple to do because they're a little work and have a little, oh, hey, Rosemary. And they have a little different style to them. You're using this with the Stamparatus to stamp inside what you have already blender brushed, and you're blending brushed this whole card to make a blue note card instead of a whisper white note card. Now maybe I will do a pinkish or a red one. Ooh, how about the lipstick one? What is it? Lipstick. I'll now have to go find what color it is. Lipstick, what color? What color? Oh no, polished pink. Why did I think it was lipstick? I don't know. But I think I'm going to do one of those and maybe stamp something else. Or I'm going to stamp the snowman in this. So how do you like these two? We're both using the Garden Wishes. And remember, Garden Wishes comes with the Dandy Wishes. Well, it doesn't come with it, but you can get the Dandy Wishes die that goes with this. So I'm going to move you over. So which one did you like the best? Did you like the white one or the blue one? Let me move you over. Okay, there we go. Oh, hi. So again, use the blending brush here. I cut out the one with the stamp cut and emboss machine and stamped in the blank. And then this one, I used the blending brushes and did the whole back of the card and then just stamped on it. Now you could use different coloring if you wanted to have the yellow up on top. You could do that. You could also do the greens down in the bottoms and just blend them together. So that's what they are. So two different cards, two simple stamping, but really not simple. And again, I want to remind you that the clearance rack has been updated, though some things have been off. Good, thank you, Rosemary. Some things have already been sold out, so get your stuff from the clearance rack as soon as possible. I also have, if you haven't gotten Garden Wishes stamp set, I have that in the description of the video today or the class today. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. I have to get, where is it? I have to get back to work. We have some work to do today. I have one more class for my team and then we are back to work. So have a great day. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.